Might as well.
The hell are you supposed to be? I'm vengeance.
Hello everyone, my name is this is Robin9309, the Fan of Steel, and that was just an edited snippet of the Batman trailer, released exclusively through, well, originally exclusively through DC FanDome. That's right, I attended most of their panels, all their Batman ones actually, and that's what we're here today, and this is this is not the Pattinson Batsuit, but this is the closest thing we have in this game to the Pattinson Batsuit, or the Patsuit as I call it, because it has the far back ears, the collar at the neck, and just the general look. Gray bodysuit, black bat, a little different, but kind of the same. But hello yes, I'm doing fine, but this is Batman Fans Will Survive, and yes, you might be wondering, Batman fans? You haven't done that in a while. Oh, what'd you say here? Yeah, it's the anime Batsuit, I know, but it's the closest thing we got to the thing in the game. Batman trailer thoughts. That's what this episode is. Rewind it. I had the part of the trailer too. Okay, this isn't going to be a breakdown because I mean, I don't have the footage, so I can't. I can't. Do a a new Rockstar style breakdown of it. So, but I'll talk about it. What can I say? It's fantastic. Like, I've been still a child. I'm talking like 3-4 years old. Like, I wanted something that could piss my pants in fear. Even though I don't even fear a single thing. But I just don't like how the movies have been portraying Batman as a wimp. How do we deal with this guy? We'll tag team him. Oh, now you come out of that. But, I think it's a fantastic trailer. It was beautifully edited, beautifully shot. I was worried how they do the fighting, his fighting style in the if they would, since it's more realistic, if they would go for like the Nolan kind of crappy fight. But no, he's going down on that dude. Oh, okay, that kind of came out wrong. But not kind of, that completely came out wrong. But he just beat the living hell out of the guy. That's what I want to see from that's from the comics and the animated series. So I'm glad they brought it in there. And then, but oh no, I think that Batman vs Superman was the last of the PG-13 Batman solo or Batman movies. If we're talking solo films, definitely Rises. But if it took out Batman in the title, so. I think, like, because of the tone and how they're doing things and whatnot, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the first of many, many, many R-rated movies for Batman. Which, honestly, makes a lot more sense, because Batman's a character for everyone. But a lot of times they do darker stories, like Year One, The Long Halloween, this is what it's based off of. Well, not completely. It's not an adaptation, but it's inspired, let's just say, off of the story of A Long Halloween, which I've read actually. Do I like Batman Begins? Yeah, actually it's my favorite of the 3 Nolan films. I know that's a little controversial, but it just feels like the most like a Batman movie, but that's not what we're here for. Sorry to get off topic, but my God. And then the suit. Oh my friggin' God. I mean, don't get me wrong, we saw those leaks back in February and then when they revealed the Batmobile, but those were a stuntman and those were very, very poorly lit and distance shots with Pattinson with the Batmobile. So the main focus was the Batmobile and not the Batsuit. But with this, oh my God, this is a fantastic Batsuit. I'll tell you one thing. I know I've said many times I don't like armored Batsuits. I don't like them because they look like Iron Man most of the time. This one, let me tell you about this one. This looks like something the military would have. Something very real world, realistic. You know, it doesn't feel cartoonish and fake. Like a good example. This is why I didn't like the Dark Knight Batsuit. It felt like they were trying too hard to make it real world, but yet they made it look like Iron Man. Minus the technology, but it had all the plating and whatnot. This is why I don't like the armored, the Arkham Knight Batsuit all that much. Really, even the Origins Batsuit, I'm not really a fan of either. The Batmobile. I was just going to mention the Batmobile. This time it's a hybrid car. Actually, they put some Ford, they put some Dodge, they put some Mustang in there. So it's a little bit of everything. The only downside is it's not a Chevy. This baby right here, in real life, they used 4 Impala engines, and I don't know if I've talked about cars on here, but I'm a big Chevy guy, so that's why I was going with my fan film. I was going to modify a Corvette, like an old Corvette, not like a modern one, but I think the newest I'd do would be maybe an 03, 07, in that range. But yeah, it does look very slick. And I'm not even a Dodge or Ford guy, but that thing is fantastic. I don't know why they change I don't even know why they changed Batman Beyond. I like the original. Well, what do you mean? You don't like Batman Beyond, or you don't like the Batman Beyond Batsuit in Night? Because I don't like how they made it too modern looking. I don't even like armored bats. Like I was saying with the armored Batsuits. I don't really like like I said, I hate the Nolan Batsuit. I hate the Dark Knight Nolan Batsuit. I like the Batman Begins Batsuit. Like I said, I hate the Dark Knight Batsuit. I hate the Arkham Knight Batsuit, the default one. And well, hate is a strong word, but Beyond and Arkham, I didn't want it. It just looked too modern. But like I said, with this armored Batsuit, all that's really armored is just the bicep pieces, the shoulder pads, and the chest and abdomen. That's the only thing, and the cowl, of course, and the neck area and whatnot. But aside from that, it's a true reformed Batsuit, and it's very, it looks like something the military again would have, or the police. Let's not defund those guys. But the Batsuit is just something. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I like how that is too. But I'm talking about the Pattinson Batsuit. It's kind of like if I were to give a good example of what the armor is kind of like, is it's very inspired off of as in the chest and abdomen sections, that is. It's very, what I would call, Librmejo, dark, Batman Noir style, or Batman Noel style, I'm sorry, Batman Noel, style for the bats, like the chest and abdomen plates. And it has like that ridge, like a ripple, kind of, like it has ridges kind of look in the stomach. So it's very inspired off of Librmejo's Batman Noel, or Batman Damned art, honestly. But, and then, honestly, I like how this one is going to be a legitimate, you know, mystery. Like, Batman's supposed to be the world's greatest detective. Isn't it time that we get some type of mystery with Batman in live action? Mask of the Phantasm is a perfect example of how to do that, writing-wise. But people overlook that because simply because it's animated. So, you know, maybe this would be like the very mature version and very R-rated version of Mask of the Phantasm in a lot of ways, hopefully. The main villain. Let me talk about the villain. When I heard the Riddler was going to be the main villain, I stopped and I said, like reading the article, and I said, you know how hard that's going to be to adapt him? Because when I think of the perfect Riddler, I think of, if we're talking live action, Frank Gorshin. If we're talking all sorts of medias, definitely Batman the Animated Series. So I have this vision of him in my head, being this like suave English, subtle English accented business type, bowler hat, green suit, little cane. So not like green spandex suit, but I mean like business type suit. So this is, I just don't like but this new one, I think I'm all for modernizing if it fits the story. If it just doesn't fit the character, then that's a different thing. Like, I didn't like how they modernized the Transformers in the Michael Bay movies, because it did quote unquote modernizing, because it didn't fit those characters. But I think Riddler definitely needs an upgrade from the Arkham series in terms of how they write him. So making him like a lot like Hush is is going to be something very interesting to see next October. Not this October, next October. So, I'm very excited to see that and how they work with that. Also, another Catwoman is back with played by Zoe Kravitz. Oh, I forgot to mention Paul Dano as Penguin. Riddler. Paul Dano was Riddler. But Zoe Kravitz, I mean, we don't hear her speak, but I don't want to sound like I'm not a racist person by any means. Against people. May not agree with some people with politics or religion, but that doesn't mean I should judge them. But that doesn't relate to the skin color. I mean, like, Like, I'm not racist. I'm not sexist. If it's physically what you are, I can't judge you at all. Or even if it's mentally, I can't judge you either. But still, I just feel like she was a little miscast. I mean, not miscast, because I just don't like it when they change the race of a character from, you know, the original source material. If it's a comic or a movie, like, I mean, wouldn't you be upset if they turned Black Panther into a white guy, or even Blade, or Cyborg? I'd be even I'm a fan of those characters, and I'd be livid. Well, that is but they did change the Ancient One in Doctor Strange to a Celtic woman from a Tibetan man, but that was because of the big monies from China for Marvel. So I was hoping that would blow up. There we go. Did the other one go? But if it fits your limitations, then you can change it. But still, I don't like. I think a good example of what I wasn't a fan of was with Michael B. Jordan as the Human Torch. Now, I've heard he's a good actor. I just haven't seen him in good movies, so... So I haven't seen him in a lot of things, and whenever I see him pop up into a thing, it's usually a bad performance, and that's 2 times in a row now. So I still don't know who to blame, the writers or the actor. Not for his skin color, but just. But like I was saying, I mean, you might say I'm being racist. I'm not being racist when I say I don't think Zoe Kravitz would be a good Catwoman. I think she might, but I still have a certain vision in my head of how they should portray her. And that is both Julie Newmar and Michelle Pfeiffer. And they were so polarizing as those characters. Not because of their skin color, because of their acting. I mean, this is why I'm a white guy, and I didn't even like Anne Hathaway. I would have preferred Halle Berry, but guess what happened? Terrible writing, terrible costume, so... I absolutely adore Halle Berry. She's a beautiful actress, but still... a beautiful, better person. But I just, I haven't even seen that movie yet. So I've heard it's bad from people, and I've heard that movie did no favors for anyone. I wouldn't know. I didn't see the damn thing. But I'm just more skeptical performance-wise, because she actually has played Catwoman before, but that was in the Lego Batman movie. So what I'm hearing comparisons is it's a kiddie version of Catwoman adapted into a darker, probably R-rated medium. That's what I'm skeptical about. Now, I'm not saying but you might say, well, what about the animated series version? The animated series, Batman the Animated Series, episode by episode, dealt with very mature stuff, even without the R rating. But still, the Lego Batman movie was made for kids. So, And I've not seen any of her movies aside from her little barely cameo performance in Batman, the Lego Batman movie. But so I have no, but that doesn't mean I won't watch the HBO series that they're cooking up with her and Matt Reeves. I'm not saying I wouldn't watch that. I would, but I'm just skeptical about how versatile she. I don't know if she is a versatile actress, so I'm just confused. The high head. So be with you in a minute. So I'm just skeptical, but as just performance-wise, I'm just very skeptical. It's not about race. It's not about herself or what she looks like. It's just about if she's skeptical. I mean, she's skeptical. I mean, if she's versatile of an actress. So that's what I'm skeptical about. Because all I've seen her in was a kids movie. It's a good kids movie, but a kids movie. So I have no idea how versatile she'd be in this role. Colin Farrell as the Penguin. I thought he was just going to be too skinny to play Penguin, but when I saw him in the trailer, they gave him prosthetics, they gave him a fat suit, so physically he's like the Penguin from the comics and the Arkham game. But yeah, no, I had no reason to be nervous. What else? What else is included with this thing? Jeffrey Wright is Commissioner Gordon. Again, I have nothing wrong with a black actor playing Commissioner Gordon. On paper, it's, or not Commissioner yet, but I've got nothing wrong. Just as long as you don't make. I don't want Batgirl to be black, though. I mean, I'm fine with. I'm not. Okay, that makes me sound like a damn hypocrite. Let me explain. I don't know if we're gonna have Batgirl, or if we're going to have Barbara Gordon in any capacity in the sequels. But I wouldn't mind if they made her white and her father black, if, you know, she said she was adopted. Again, I have no problem whatsoever with that. But like, because she's supposed to be red hair, Batgirl's supposed to be red hair. I mean, you might say, well, she could dye it, and I'm thinking, this reminds me too much of Michelle Jones from the MCU, but she should be maybe Jean. Nope, she's not. This isn't a Spider-Man show, unfortunately. That's what we got the Raimi Army for. That'll be this Friday because we got big news. We're still doing the script reading, but we can't do it this week. Moving on, Jeffrey Wright. I've never seen him in any films, but from the trailer, he looks like he's gonna do good as Gordon. No, I have nothing wrong with the skin color, but that doesn't mean I can Like, I have nothing wrong with it, you know, if it's a black person, as long as he still looks the part. Because essentially, what you need is just a guy with a guy with hair, mustache, and glasses, and there you go. You got Commissioner Gordon. Would I have preferred something a little closer to the comics? Maybe. But it's to me, as long as the performance is good, I can overlook, you know, any other differences. Not if it's a main character, of course, like Michael Keaton. I mean, Batman's supposed to be 6'2". Why cast a guy who's 5'9"? Also, a skinny guy who's 5'9" playing a 6'2" muscle-bound action hero. That's the reason why I didn't like Michael Keaton's Batman. Now he's coming back. Well, that and he killed, but now he's coming back. But that's a different thing. We already reported that, and also Affleck is coming back. So that's your report on Affleck. But moving on. But like I said, if the performance is good, it can compensate a racial difference, honestly. I don't think it'll be bad. But moving on. Andy Serkis as Alfred. We don't see him, but we do hear him. From what I've heard, he does sound, you know, he has that proper sort of sound to him that Alfred, you would expect from Alfred. Personally, I prefer Michael Goff for live action from the original Batman quadrilogy. Very good performance from Michael Goff. He to me, he's the quintessential sort of live action Alfred for me, because he's got the posh sound and whatnot. Michael Caine was a good one too. So Jeremy Irons was pretty good. Alan Napier from the TV show with Adam West and Burt Ward, he did a very good job. Ephraim Zimbalist Jr. I mean, that man was a frickin' legend. Anything he did, he was like, he spun gold into straw, metaphorically speaking. Spun straw into gold with his performances throughout and not just as Alfred, but I mean anyone he played, honestly, live action or animation or voice acting, I should say. Very good. But Andy Serkis, I think I'm thinking he might be better than Jeremy Irons. I'm not saying Jeremy Irons was bad. I'm just saying but anyone can beat out the guy from Gotham or the dude, that a-hole from the Joker movie. That's not even Alfred. I mean, it is, but I mean, that's not the way he acts. So I think that's the main cast, except for one. When I heard Robert Pattinson was cast as Batman back in, oh, God knows when, I think it was like sometime last year or whatever, when he was first announced to play Batman after Ben Affleck left the project, I was sitting here thinking, isn't he the guy from Twilight movies? Because I mean, I didn't see him, I just knew about him. Hell, I haven't even read the novels. But when I when I saw him in the Batsuit in that teaser trailer, I was like, oh dang. Like that red and black teaser trailer from back in February. That was amazing. He seemed like he was going to play Batman correctly, because he had the walk, right? He had the stature. He had the physicality of the Dark Knight, and it was perfect. When we saw him in the trailer, boy, was that all cranked to 11. My only complaint with him is his hair. I don't like his hair, though. It's a kind of grown out and whatnot, but and it's straight, but I don't know. I prefer something that has a bit more definition, like a comb over or something like that. That just seems more like Bruce Wayne to me, a Bruce Wayne hairstyle. This not so much. But the like his facial acting, his voice, it just seems all top notch, and especially when he's in the Batsuit. I think he's going to be a fantastic. So that'll be for that, and then that's. But I always had support for him. Everyone else seemed to, not have any support for him being Batman. I knew he was going to be fantastic. But, man, was he fantastic in the especially when he beat down that guy. Oh, that was Batman right there. That wasn't a guy dressed as Batman for a film. That was like straight out of the panels of the comic books Batman right then and there. That was. I'm actually curious to see if he'll be as good as Batman as Tobey Maguire was Spider-Man, or even Christopher Reeve to Superman, or Linda Carter to Wonder Woman. Yeah, I'm a little old-fashioned, but still, I wonder if he'll. Granted, Kevin Conroy is the Batman, but will he be the perfect live-action Batman? There's a difference between being the perfect Batman and the perfect live-action Batman. The perfect Batman will always be Kevin Conroy, no matter what. But the perfect live-action Batman, we have yet to find out. I'm curious to see if that is him. I'm just hoping he won't kill on this picture. Because Batman always, they always have Batman kill in the movies, like some type of frickin' psychopath. Or sociopath. He knows what he's doing, especially Keaton. I don't know who's worse at the whole Batman killing thing. I don't know who killed more people, though. Affleck or Keaton. Because you gotta take that. Some people could take that dream sequence into consideration, some could not. And this is, going off of Batman Returns, as well as BVS, the Ultimate Edition. Even though I've not seen the Ultimate Edition yet. Heard it's good. So, yeah, I'm just hoping this one won't kill. From the looks of it, probably not. But that beatdown, though, that was amazing. But could there be something a bit darker amongst this? I mean, I can't help but think it just because, you know, skepticism from previous live-action Batman. Still going off of those, so you never know. I think the last thing to really talk about is, I mean, the last two things. I mean, the music and the plot of the trailer. The plot I'll start with. So apparently what it looks like is it's the Riddler just leaving clues like normal, but he's going after the corrupt of Gotham. Like the corrupted mayor, corrupted police commissioner, not Gordon, no, different guy. So it just feels like they're going for that sort of route. Which has been done to death in other stories, but I think they might do something new, but they might not. But you never know. But the music. The main orchestra part was done by Michael Giacchino, or is it Giacchino? Giacchino? I've heard both. Who's done the music for films like The Incredibles 1 and 2, as well as both the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. Which soundtrack? Those two soundtracks in particular, they're bad. But his Batman one seems to be pretty good. But I think we all know what'll be the best Batman score. And I know you Dark Knight boys will be saying, Hans Zimmer. And I know you Affleck boys are going to be like, I want to see some murder with the Junkie XL score. Nope, to be the best Batman score, Danny Elfman and Shirley Walker from the Burton films and the animated universe. Those are the best Batman scores. So, but every little trailer's got to have like a, you know, some type of, you know, classic song, and that's what that little snippet had. If you heard, I mean, if you're a music guy and you haven't seen the trailer, I think you could probably recognize it over the, like the again. Giacchino? I have no idea what it is. But what happened was they used the song "Something in the Way" by Nirvana. I'm not a fan of Nirvana. But I do know what music fits Batman, and yes, this definitely fits Batman, especially with that orchestration and whatnot. So it's interesting rendition and whatnot, and that's what that where they edited it, because that was not the end of the trailer. That was like the middle of the trailer, and then they put the ending at the end of the video. So because it feels more like an ending to a trailer. But yeah, so there's that involved. Like, what am I thinking? Now, when I say I'm not a fan, I mean, I'm an Aussie guy, remember? Ozzy Osbourne, Randy Rhoads, sort of dude and whatnot, so there's that. But, yeah, I think the track definitely fits Batman, especially with the editing. So there's that involved, as well as just, you know, it all around just the tone of even the original. Like, but like I said, some other songs that fit Batman definitely, you know, No More Tears, Ozzy Osbourne, The Paranoid, the typo negative cover. Minus the latter half. The part that is Paranoid fits Batman. But Gangster's Paradise, Coolio, I could go on with the Danny Elfman music, but I could go on and on about that. So, but so far, this is, mind you, that trailer, it feels like it feels like a finished trailer, like a trailer for a finished film. If you hadn't heard, they were only like 25 to 30% done with the shooting. But it doesn't like the trailer doesn't feel like that. Not to mention, the trailer feels like this is, like, again, going to be the first R-rated live-action Batman movie. I mean, we've had some animated ones, but this is the first live-action R-rated Batman film, most likely. Because if you haven't seen it, I'm going to put a link to it after the stream is over. Because it just feels... It just feels just so dark, and it just doesn't feel like a PG-13 dark. Like, it could be wrong, and it could be like Venom, the first Venom movie all over again, where, you know, it feels like it's gonna be R, but in fact it's PG-13. They could be doing that, but no, I'd prefer if they could, you know, if they definitely could do that. Honestly, if they were to make it R. Now, granted, I would have two complaints. I'm a Lego guy, so they would not be able to do Lego sets. But I'm also an action figure guy, so... McFarlane, you might want to do this for the film. Yeah, like a McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman, Robert Pattinson Batman, and maybe even Paul Dano Riddler and whatnot. I think that'd be cool. Figures to get. Yeah, well, Jesus. I think definitely. The trailer just. The trailer's just. I honestly can't say, because it just feels what it should feel like. Like, it feels like what we got is what we needed. That's what I can really say. To quote probably what I would consider to be a lesser Batman movie that I've seen out of all of them, even though I think it's kind of overrated, but it's a decent film. It's not the Batman movie we need. But it's the Batman movie we deserve. Or, no. It's the Batman movie we need and deserve. Because we haven't had a Batman movie that's a solo movie since The Dark Knight Rises, and that is a 9-year gap. It's longer than the gap between Batman and Robin from 1997 and Batman Forever. I mean, not Forever. Begins. That's the longest gap we've had. It's a year longer. 2012 to 2021. Granted, it is a year difference, but in fan time and nerd time and whatnot, that it feels a hell of a lot longer. So we definitely need a new Batman movie, and we deserve one that is so accurate to the comics in terms of tone, design, and all around it, what it looks like and what it should feel like. And I don't think we've had a very comic accurate Batman movie all the way through. That is, since Batman Mask of the Phantasm in 1993. When I say all the way through is, well, I feel like Batman Begins it felt like it was going to be a Batman movie by the beginning of it, but then halfway into it they just shifted into another movie. It's like, it feels like, I didn't see it in the theater, but it feels like if I went and saw it, it would feel like the projectionist just popped in another movie halfway in, and like, I'm just saying Batman Begins wasn't very consistent of what it was trying to be. Was it supposed to be a street level origin story, or was it supposed to be a Batman fights big name villain movie? Because I just want a Batman movie where I don't care if it's a big name villain, I just want him to fight more, street level punks, like what I'm doing right now. No flashy supervillain, no henchman. Well, I mean, kind of henchman, but I just want him to go like after that, like the mob like the crime families of Gotham, like the Falcones or the Maronis or the frickin' Valestras. I just want something a bit more grounded and whatnot. Now that even though that's traditionally some year one type stuff, and this is year two. Crap, I fell in the water. This is sort of what it is, but not completely. But maybe, but that's his first glance. Well, a few announcements before we head out. Next Monday, I believe, or the Monday after, I have no idea. We will talk about, we got some Raimi Army stuff on, but not next month, maybe next Monday or the Monday afterwards. I don't know when, but we'll continue that Arkham retrospective, going from Origin. Next week we'll do City, because last week we did Asylum, and I guess I think that's let me try something. But I think by the but like I said, we'll do that sometime. And like we'll do it next week most likely. So that's kind of what I'm thinking they'll do for that. This is just like a little shot, kind of like what you see with the camera test. Bit of a joke like that, but still. Yeah, I think it was yesterday Sunday. Oh no. Oh. Yesterday was Sunday, right? It's Monday today. Oh, shoot my monkey. What time is it now? What time is it now? We'll do that tonight. I got time. But, like I said, Raimi Army, Spider-Man tonight, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 hours, something like that. Not 4 or 5 hours, but I don't know what the running time of that will be, but I don't know when. Maybe I'll do it at 8. You know, we'll go from there. Raimi Army, Friday or Saturday, hopefully. And then, you know, Spider-Man back to the right schedule. Everything's so wonky these past. I shouldn't have taken a rest day yesterday. I knew something was up. I was like, it's because of FanDome. It knocked the wind out of me, and I was thinking I'd just take a rest day. And I was thinking, am I forgetting something? And now I've remembered what I forgot to do. Well, let's see all the guys tonight to make up for the fact that we didn't do Spider-Man yesterday. This Turf Wars we're on now, so we'll see you tonight with Turf Wars, and like I said, go from there. Well, this is Robin9309 signing off.